Hey YouTube, Gear Qualia here, bringing you guys an update to my Aurageyser Claret Sword deck profile for the end of December 2015. It's a really fun deck, updated with all the new support we received in GBT04, so it's a really awesome deck. The main focus of it is using Aurageyser and Claret Sword, like I stated before as in the title. So let's go ahead and get started. I run 4 Supremacy Black Dragon or Geyser Dragon. Really good stride in the deck. You can stride into it first. You counterblast 1, soul blast 1, retire 2 units, and flip up a copy of itself to reveal the top 2 cards of your deck, add them to your hand, and for every grade 1 or less, this unit gets plus 5,000. So it's draw consistency, power, everything that can be really required in a first stride. So it's really good. And I also run 2 Aurageyser Doomed. This card requires flipping up a copy of Aurageyser to use its skill, so I have 1 Aurageyser for each one, and then an Aurageyser to use on its own. So basically, with this card, you kill 3 units and reveal the top 2 cards of your deck and flip up a copy of Aurageyser. And for every grade 1 or less, you retire 1 of your opponent's rear guards. And if you have 3 face-up Aurageysers in your G-zone, this card gets an extra crit. So it's Vanguard pressure, and you're killing rear guards. It's a really awesome stride as well. And I also run 2 Phantom Blaster Diablo. This card basically is great late game. It's a game winner if your opponent has no rear guards left. When you CB1, and flip a copy, gets plus 10 and a crit. And then if you kill 3 rear guards when it's attacking, if your opponent does not retire 2 of their rear guards, they cannot guard the attack. And not being able to guard an attack with an extra critical can really be danger, especially in a deck where we are running 12 crits. And for starting with the main deck, I run 4 Claret Sword. It's the break stride. Basically, you CB1 when something strides over it, search your deck for a grade 1 or less, call it to rear, gets plus 2,000. Call Swordbreaker, David, your starter, whatever you need for the situation. In the Gen Break 2, you kill 2 rear guards, he gets plus 10 and a crit. So great power late game as well when you're out of strides. And I also run 3 Badkabar. This is not the Diablo version of the deck. The main focus is Claret Sword, so he's just a great backup grade 3 on rear guard. I most always go for Claret Sword. If I have Badkabar in hand, I usually don't want to ride anyway, because you can't really utilize the deck to its fullest potential if you don't have Claret Sword on Vanguard. And I also run for grade 2s, 4 Dark Pride Dragon. The card's great just because if you kill it for one of your effects, you can search for a Dark Quartz Dragon and then unflip 1 of your damage. So the deck is pretty counterblast heavy, so using this card utilizes you not minusing with rear guards and unflipping damage. So great card. And I also run 4 Grozny. Grozny gets plus 3 every time a card that is a grade less than him is called to rear. So if you call multiple grade 1s or 0s, you really stack up, especially when you get 2 of these on rear guard. You use Claret Sword's effect to call a grade 1. They both get plus 3. Then if you call another one, another additional plus 3. So plus 9 total to these 2 units. And you kill a lot of rear guards, so you can call even more than just 3 without having to minus yourself, especially with Aurageyser's skills. And I run 3 Maka. This is the card when boosted, you CB1, call a grade 1 to rear, and then shuffle your deck. You can call Swordbreaker if you didn't search it with Claret Sword. Like let's say you called David with Claret Sword, so use this to call the Swordbreaker, so you utilize the Soul Blast draw effect. And then for grade 1s, I run 4 Karma Collector. It's just the unflip PG. You do counterblast a lot, so you want to definitely run this perfect card. 4 of the Stride Enabler, Bronwyn, just so I can also search out Claret Sword, just in case I don't have it. Like I said, don't want to ride Badkabar. 4 Dark Quartz Dragon. It's the card you call with Dark Pride, and its effect is when it's placed on rear, Gen Break 1, it gets plus 3, and you're also your Vanguard with Claret Sword gets plus 3, making it a 10k boost, especially for the Grozny, so it's a 22k column in total. And I also run 2 Swordbreakers. It's a Soul Blast draw when placed in the deck, so almost always with Claret Sword's effects, sometimes Tartu's effect. Tartu or Maka? I just mixed up the names. Maka, my bad. And then for grade 0s, I run 2 David. 1 is my starter, the other one just an additional call with Claret Sword. Definitely want to run 2 because a lot of kill effects in this deck. Yeah, I always utilize 2. And then for trigger count, I run 12 crit. I run 4 Taboo Mage, 4 Undead Angel, And 4 Grim Reaper, 12 crits. You draw enough with the deck, so definitely the best trigger lineup. And I also run 4 Abyss Healer. You want to run those just because, heal triggers. So, yep, that's it for the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed, and Kira, Qualia out.